Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Siyavar Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki
Jai.
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Janaki Vallabho Vijayate Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavitvaram Namah Shri Tulsidas Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamritena Me Neelambuja Shyamala Komalangam Sita Samaropitavama Bhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvam Shanatham Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. So we saw most beautiful episode of Sita Rama Vivah, the marriage of Bhagavan Sri Rama and Sita Ji, and we saw what are the rituals that took place. And after the marriage was completed, they were seated in the asana in the middle of mandapa. Vasishtha Rishi suggested that the other daughter of Janaka Maharaj and the two daughters of Kushadwaja should get married to the remaining three brothers of Sri Rama, and that is how 4 marriages took place, right, in place of 1. And all of them so happy, all the people, and they stayed for some more time, and now it was time to go back for Dashrath Maharaj, for the 4 sons and all the now newlywed couples. Actually, they have to go back to Ayodhya. So now they are preparing to go back. And we saw a little emotional scene. Janak Maharaj is also little bit, touched. See, they say you will never understand this feeling unless you have a daughter, which is quite right. But that is true for everything. You will not understand my love for my mother unless you are a son. That is true for everything. But you just think that even all of us human beings have so much of love towards our family, towards our children. Imagine if your child is Sakshat Sita Ji, who is Sarvaguna Sampanna, who is the virtue, all the virtues are, studied in her. Every good quality is there in her, and you have to separate from her. Obviously, there will be so much of pain. Isn't it? Already human beings only we feel so much because of the separation. Now here Sita Ji is going to be separated from Janaka Maharaj. Obviously he will have so much of pain. Suffering will be there. What to do? And that's why Tulsidas Ji says that though he is a Parama Vairagi, Still, he hugged his daughter and cried. Why? Because that is how it is. But what is right has to be done, even though there is a pain. See, we all have attachment to our children, but we understand that they have to be separated from us. Now in today's world, to not just daughter, son also has to be separated. They will be, working somewhere else, they will be studying somewhere else. You can't keep on saying that, no, because I love, therefore they should always be with me. It doesn't work like that. So keeping our attachment aside, we have to go for the love and then say that, okay, away from us they will be better, because this is good for their future. And you have to, give way. Your love for them cannot become a hurdle for them. And therefore we have to do this. So Janak Maharaj, see, while saying, they may say that, I wish you can be here. But they know that's not the right thing. They know her right place is by the side of her husband. And therefore, it has to be separated. Now, I have heard many times this criticism also. Why girl only has to leave the house? Why can't boy live? See, I tell you, 5 years, 10 years back, I might have given more explanation on this, because I have been dealing with this question for a long time. I tell you, today I don't have to do that. Why? Because already there are boys who are leaving, and we see what is happening in the society. So, see, there is a system. The system is to protect women. The entire system of Indian culture is to protect women. And they have to be protected by men. You know why? Because they have to be protected from men. Understand the logic. If they have to be protected from men, men only have to do it. And therefore the system is such that you make sure that the situation or the occasion or the place where they are staying is conducive to the man, so that he can protect the woman, he can protect the family. That's the entire concept. Protection is what is of paramount importance. There is no other reason why woman has to leave the house and go to the husband's place. There is no other reason for that. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. So, what is dharma has to be done, keeping all the love, all the attachment aside, and therefore Janak Maharaj, he feels bad, but he does what is right. And that's what now is done by all the mother also, the Janak Maharaj's wife also and Kushadwaja's wife also, and they decide to now send off their daughters. Now, Janak Maharaj and all the, Mithila Vasis, all the people of Mithila, they are walking behind the procession. The Bharat is now going back with all of them and they are walking behind. Now somebody may say, what is the point? Okay, now they have gone. You emotionless people. What do you mean, what is the point? Every time you can't bring logic into it. You feel, you must have seen, no, when mothers are sending off their children, they will not leave. First they will be at the door, if you are staying in the flat. Then by the time the child goes down, they will go to the balcony. Then when the car is going on, then they will go to another balcony, another window from where they can see. Not that the sun is, but that's emotion. You can't ask logic. That person is not even looking at you. Why? I want to see as much as possible. So they kept on going behind. But after some time, Dashrath Maharaj said, I think now you should go back. It's not, you have almost come up to the end of your kingdom. Now you should go back. So Janak Maharaj comes and salutes Bhagavan Sri Rama. And what a beautiful thing he says. He says, I can't believe my luck. That please, Bhagavan, understand that I am your devotee, I am your servant. And I can't believe that I am your father-in-law also. What punya I must have done that I got Bhagavan as my son-in-law. Therefore, Bhagavan, please bless me that I have devotion for you. Remember the same things wife also asked. Janak Maharaj's wife also asked the same thing. After he prostrated, Sri Rama prostrated to both of them, they prostrated back to Bhagavan, saying that now okay, this is over, now the relationship of God and devotee. Same thing Janak Maharaj also does. And Bhagavan prostrates back and blesses also. Both things he does. Prostrates because he is son-in-law and blesses because he is Bhagavan. And now they go back. Janak Maharaj and Mithila Vasis, they go back. And Dashrath Maharaj and the entire procession enters into Ayodhya. Now you imagine what is happening in Ayodhya. First of all, they are seeing Sri Rama and Lakshmana back after a long time. Plus now they have got 4 new, what do you call? Brides, queens. I don't know what do they call. Yuvraj Patni. I don't know what is it called. Whatever it is. They have got their prince back, and then along with that all of them are now married also. The wives are also there and they are celebrating like anything. And the celebration again, Tulsidas Ji elaborate description from Doha number 343 till 359. Only celebration, what is happening in Ayodhya, how everybody has decorated their house and how are they standing outside welcoming the procession, and how are they, firecrackers and all these kind of things. What are all the things that they are doing? All the description is there. They come back and he meets all the people who could not come for procession. Not that everybody went to Mithila, no. So there were so many people who were left behind. So Sri Ram, all the 4 brothers, they meet all of them also, and all go back to their palaces and all these things happen. Now Vishwamitra Rishi decides that I should now take leave. My job here is over. I came for a small thing, but now it extended and then I could spend more time with Bhagavan. Now I am happy, but I have to go back. And Dashrath Maharaj again offers prostrations. Doha number 360, you will see again and again he is saying, I can't tell you how happy I am that I sent my 2 sons with you. I was hesitating, but that was the best thing that I did. Remember, Vasishtha Rishi had said all these things before. What all things good are going to happen to your sons if they go with Vishwamitra Rishi. And all those things happened. They got glory because they killed, Tadaka and Subahu and then all the other demons they killed, and therefore they became so famous. They got all the Vidyas, Astra, Shastra and Bala, Atibala, all these things they got. They got extended Gurukula where they learnt, practically how you should serve your Guru. Also they got married. I tell you one more thing that happened. They learnt how to stay in forest. This will be very much required later on. So you never know what works for what in the future. You may say now what is the need, I don't need it now. You may not need it now, but you may need it in future. So Satsanga, Vishwamitra Ji's Sangha for them was very beneficial. So saying, Dashrath Maharaj says all these things, thank you, and Vishwamitra Ji leaves. Now you see one very interesting thing that is different in Ramayana and Mahabharata. See, Ramayana is a very simple story of single line. And therefore we will see as the story progresses, there are many characters who become part of the story, are very important in that portion, and then they leave. They are not there in the rest of the story. You see Vishwamitra Rishi is there in Balakanda, but after that there is no Vishwamitra Rishi. He doesn't even come into the picture in the entire story. Then we will see in Ayodhyakanda also there will be 1 or 2 people who will just be there in that Kanda, then they are not there. Aranyakanda also same. Every Kanda we will see that there are people coming in between for a very important thing and they go back. There is no, they do not continue in the main story. So there are very less number of characters in Ramayana which are there throughout. Mahabharata is a maze. There are so many characters and they keep going, coming, and then offshoots of those characters and some backstories and their Punarjanma stories and reincarnation stories, and all of that is there in Mahabharata. That's why it's very difficult to remember the entire story of Mahabharata. It's Ramayana story, there is no confusion at all. What happened after what? Everybody knows. He was growing up and then all the things that happened in his life. Just like the 2 avatars. Sri Rama avatar is very simple. His story is straightforward. Sri Krishna avatar, not at all simple. And therefore his story also is like this, keep coming back and going again. And you will see in Mahabharata so many characters are there throughout. So it's not that you have to just remember, okay, now there are 3-4 main characters, they will continue. No, there will be 100 main characters and all of them are important. That's the difference. So we will see here that now Vishwamitra Rishi has left. Now Vishwamitra Rishi doesn't come into the story throughout. That's the speciality of Ramayana. Okay. Now they go back. Here ends Balakanda. Okay. Though Balakanda up to marriage it has happened. So let us now sing the last Chandas. After 360. निज गिरा पावनी करन कारण राम जसु तुलसी कहो
निज गिरा पावनी करन कारण राम जसु तुलसी कहो
रघुबीर चरित अपार बारिधि पारु कवि कोने लयो
रघुबीर चरित अपार बारिधि पारु कवि कोने लयो
उपबीत ब्याह उछाह मंगल सुनी जे सादर गावही
उपबीत ब्याह उछाह मंगल सुनी जे सादर गावही
वैदेही राम प्रसाद तेजन सर्वदा सुख पावही
वैदेही राम प्रसाद तेजन सर्वदा सुख पावही
सिय रघुबीर बिबाहु
सिय रघुबीर बिबाहु
जे सप्रेम गावहि सुनहि
जे सप्रेम गावहि सुनहि
तिन्ह कहूँ सदा उछाहु
तिन्ह कहूँ सदा उछाहु
मंगलायतन राम जसु
मंगलायतन राम जसु
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
Tulsidas Ji concludes Balakanda by saying, Nija gira pavani karana karana Ram jasa tulasi kayo. I had quoted this earlier while giving the purpose why he is writing Ramacharitamanas. One of the main reasons was Nija gira pavana karine karane. In order to make my speech pure. Why? Because we say so many bad things with our mouth. Bhagavan has given us power to speak. He has also given us intelligence to decide what to speak, but we hardly use that. We use that intelligence somewhere else only. And therefore, our speech has become so impure because of what we speak. See, if you see from spiritual standpoint, anything that we say about the world is useless. If you see direct dharma adharma standpoint, you should say nice things, you should not say bad about other people. That is one standpoint. If you come to the standpoint of spirituality, everything that we say about the world is of no reason, is a waste. It impures our speech. So Tulsidas Ji says that I don't know, I must have spoken so many things because of which my speech is impure. Why am I singing this Ramacharitra? So that my speech will become pure. Nija gira, nija one's own gira means speech. Pavani karana karana. In order to make it pure, Rama jasa tulasi kayo. Tulsi is singing this glory of Sri Rama. Raghubira, he says otherwise there is no other purpose. Why? Raghubira charita apara baridhi. Paru kabhi kone layo. He says Bhagavan's charitra is unlimited. Apara baridhi. It's like an unlimited ocean. Paru kabhi. Which poet can completely describe? So don't think that I am describing it for describing. No. I am describing it so that my speech will be pure. By no means I am claiming that I have described everything about Sri Rama's Charitra. No. Whatever I can, I am doing. Why? So that my speech will be purified. See what a amazing thing. Very absolute clarity about why am I doing this. There are many people, they say that this story is so good that it should reach people. And therefore I am writing the book, therefore I am making the movie, therefore I am doing. Tulsidas Ji says that is not the purpose. Why? Already his glories are known to others and anyways you can't completely describe his glories. I am doing it so that I will be purified. My mind will be purified. My speech will be purified. More mana prabodha jayi hoi. So that my brain intellect gains that brilliance. Isn't it? That is the purpose. And then he says, he gives the Phalashruti also. Upabita, Bhyaha, Uchaha, Mangala, Sunija Sadara Gavahi. This entire charitra of Balakanda that we have seen, which has Upavita Samskara, Bhagavan was born and then he is Upavita Samskara, Upanayana Samskara, then he went to Gurukula, etc. Bhyaha and up to marriage. Uchaha means Utsaha, the festivals, all that was there. Mangala Sunijaka. Whoever sings these, wonderful portions of Ramayana, Vaidehi Rama Prasada Tejana Sarvada Sukapava. They always get the blessing of Vaidehi Rama, of Sita Rama, Sarvada Sukupavahi, and they always become happy. Siya Raghubira Bibahuje Saprema Gavahi Sunahi. Tinha Kahu Sada Uchahu Mangalayatana Rama Jasu. And therefore, it is not a surprise that they will get this. Why? Because Sri Rama and Sita Ji are abode of auspiciousness. So if you sing their glories, you are going to get that auspiciousness. And that is what you will get if you sing the glories of Bhagavan in the Balakanda. See, and by their grace only we are able to also sing and listen to the glories of Balakanda. Right? Iti Srimad Ramacharitamanase Sakala Kali Kalusha Vidvamsane Pratamaha Sopanaha Samaptaha. Correct? So, iti, thus, Srimad Ramacharitamanasa, in this Ramacharitamanasa, Sakala Kali Kalusha Vidvamsane, which is destroying the Kali Kalusha, the impurity of Kali Yuga, Sakala, all the impurities of Kali Yuga, one who destroys. In that Ramacharitamanasa, Prathamaha Sopana Samapta, ends the first step. What is this first step now? See, in different sections are called by different names in different texts. I was telling you. For example, in Mahabharata, the sections are called by Parva. Isn't it? 18 Parvas are there. And then within each Parva, there will be Adhyaya, chapters will be there. If you see Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, for example, then the text is divided into 12 Skandha. So, Dwadasha Skandhas are there. And then again in each Skandha there are Adhyayas, there are chapters. Like that there are Sargas. So many ways are there to divide the text. In Ramayana, in Valmiki Ramayana, it is Kanda. And Kanda is further divided into Sarga chapters. Okay. So, Kanda is the section and Sarga is the chapter in Valmiki Ramayana. Now, here Tulsidas Ji calls this as Sopana. Balakanda, the name of the first Sopana is Balakanda, but the first Sopana ends here. Why Sopana? Sopana means step. So, he had given one Rupaka, one metaphor, where he described this entire Ramacharitamanasa as Manasarovar. Isn't it? And there are 4 ghats where the story is happening. On the ghats there are steps. So going inside the Manasarovar, there are these 7 steps. And in those 7 steps, first step ends. That's why he is naming it as Prathamaha Sopanaha. First step to this Ramacharitra gets over here. So, what all things we saw? We started with Mangalacharana. Tulsidas Ji did first 7 shlokas and then he went on doing prostrations to everybody, to Sajjanas, to Durjanas, to Devi Devatas, and then to Panchayatana and Guru, and then to all the characters of Ramayana, including all the Rever and Ayodhya and all these. He did prostrations to everybody. Interesting thing was prostrations to Durjanas. Yeah, I hope you remember that entire portion. Nowhere you will find such portions. Then second topic was, he explained the importance and greatness of Rama Nama, where he said that this Rama Nama is greater even than Saguna and Nirguna. Saguna Rama and Nirguna Brahma. Rama Nama is greater than both. So first 18 dohas, up to 18 dohas is the Mangalacharana. Then from 19 to 29 is this Rama Nama Mahima, the greatness of the name of Bhagavan. Then he explained Rama Katha Vishesha, the speciality of this Rama Katha, where he said that I actually do not have any qualities of a poet. What other poets have, I do not have anything. Only one good quality is there, and that is, it has name of Bhagavan. And then he explained how this Katha is happening in 4 different ghats. That also explanation was there. This Doha number 30 to 34, 30 to 34. Then we had Manasarovar Rupaka, the entire extended metaphor of Manasarovara, where different aspects were compared. Remember, what is the soil, what is the depth in the soil, and then the surface water, then the depth of the water, then the gardens around and ghats, and so many things he compared. That also was there, Doha number 35 to 43. Then we went to one of the ghats in Prayagraj. Yajnavalkya Bharadwaja Samvada is happening. So Prayagraj Mahima was there, and then Yajnavalkya Rishi had come there. So Bharadwaja Muni asked in the Bharadwaja ashram, asked him to stay back and tell the Charitra, and he asked the question, who is this Rama? I have heard of one Rama who was the son of Dashratha, and then there is other kind of Rama whom Shivji worships, who all of you consider as Ishtadevata. Are they two different or are they same? And Yajnavalkya Ji said, I know you know, but still I will tell you because I understand why you are asking. You are not asking for yourself, you are asking for everybody. So let me tell you one story, that once this doubt came to Sati. So then we go back to Sati Prasanga, Sati Moho Prasanga, where Sati Ji gets deluded after listening to the Ramayana and after seeing Sri Rama crying because of separation from the wife. So we had that Yajnavalkya Bharadwaja Samvada 44 to 47, then Sati Prasanga 48 to 64, Doha number, where the entire episode happened and what all she went to, examine Bhagavan. Pariksha was done, and Bhagavan Shivji didn't like it, and he mentally disowned her. And then what all things happened, Sati went to her father's yajna, and there she could not bear the disrespect of her husband, and then she gave up her life. Then we saw Parvati Charitra, she was reborn as Himalaya's daughter, Doha number 65 to 77, that Parvati Charitra was there, and how, very terrible tapascharya she did. Very hard tapas she did, and she made sure that Bhagavan is pleased. Then we saw Saptarshi Prasanga from 78 to 91, where Saptarshi came to check whether Parvati is ready or not, whether she is eligible to marry Shivji or not, right? And then when they understood that yes, is good, then they also came to Himalaya and asked him to do all the preparation. Then we saw the one of its kind marriage of Shiva and Parvati, Doha number 92 to 110. 2 marriages are there in Balakanda, okay? One is Shiva Parvati Vivah and another is Rama Sita Vivah. Very different in the nature that it happened, right? Shiva Parvati Vivah, as I said, one of its kind. The whole description was a different way, but that also we saw. Then when Parvati Ji goes back to Kailasa, now with faith she asks questions to Shivji, not out of doubt. She wants to know how Nirguna becomes Saguna, for what purpose. And she asks so many such questions. What are the leelas that the avatara has done? And Shivji starts to answer. So first he explains how Nirguna becomes Saguna. That is called as Shiva Gita. So after Doha, that is 111 to 120. That is Shiva Gita, he explains. Then he starts answering the second question. For what purpose did Brahman become Sri Rama? So the purpose is now starting. So Sri Rama Janma Hetu, starting from 121 to 124, and then it continues. One Narad Moha Prasanga is there. Correct? That is 125 to 140. Then Manu Shatarupa Prasanga is there. They both prayed and they wanted Bhagavan to come as their son. Manu Shatarupa. That is 141 to 152. 141 to 152. And then there is Pratapabhanu Prasanga. You remember that complicated story? Pratapabhanu, one enemy was there, was in the form of that Muni in the forest, and then he went for hunting the boar, and then he caught up, and then the Muni manipulated, and then he lost everything. That one. He was to be reborn as Ravana. And then we continued with the story of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana, what did they do, etc. And then all of them, Ravana and Kumbhakarna created havoc, and then Devatas, Bhumi Devi and Brahmaji, Shivji, all of them went to Mahavishnu. They prayed. Brahmaji's stuti is there. Jaya Jaya Suranayaka, Janasukadayaka, Pranadapala Bhagavanta. And they prayed, Bhagavan, please come. And then Sri Rama Janma, 186 to 196. That entire episode of Bhagavan comes. Bhagavan Mahavishnu comes as Sri Rama. Then Namakarana Samskara is there, 197 to 205. Why those names are kept? Why Rama, Bharata, Kshatrugna, Lakshmana? Why those names are kept? Very beautifully explained. Vasishtha Rishi does Namakarana. Then Vishwamitra Yajna Raksha Vishwamitra ji comes and takes Sri Rama and Lakshmana to forest, to his ashrama. So 206 to 210. Very quickly everything is over in 5 dohas. So they go to the forest, they learn all the Vidyas, Astra, Shastra, they kill, Sri Rama kills Tadaka first and then Subhahu also, and sends Maricha far, and Lakshmana kills all the demons. Everything happened very fast. Tulsidas Ji is not interested in this fighting and all. You will see, he finishes very fast. All other things he is interested in. Then we saw a very beautiful portion, one doha only of Ahalya Uddhara. Very Parasata Padapavana, Shokana Savana, Prakata Bhai Tapapunja Bhai. That one also we saw, and Ahalya Stuti also. What a most beautiful Stuti of Sri Rama. Then they reach Mithila. What all things happen in Mithila? That Mithila Agamana, 212 to 227. The entire portion of how, what all people were doing and what all things happened. Then there is a beautiful Pushpa Vatika Prasanga, where Sri Rama and Sita Ji see each other but not together. They just have glimpse of each other. 228 to 238. Then the Dhanushya Yajna Prasanga is there, where that entire ceremony is organized and what all things happen. Very beautiful, elaborate. 239 to 267 is that doha. Doha 239 to 267 is that Dhanushya Yajna Prasanga. Then Parshurama Samvada is there, and preparation of marriage and that entire portion. 268 to 311. Very long portion, where Parshuramji comes first, and then the dialogue between them, and then Parshuramji doing the stuti, then he going back, and then preparation of marriage starting, Dutas are sent, etc. And then finally Sita Rama Vivaha Prasanga, 312 to the end, 361. This also includes marriage is over, their celebrations are over, and they have come back to Ayodhya. Thus, we conclude with the first Kanda, or the first Sopana, that is Balakanda, and we are entering into the second one. The second Sopana or section is called Ayodhyakanda. And as usual, Tulsidas Ji starts with Sanskrit shlokas. So let us chant. Please repeat. Yasyanke cha vibhati bhudara sutta
यस्याङ्के
च विभाति भूधरसुता
देवापगामस्तके
देवापगामस्तके
भाले बालविधुर्गले च गरलम्
भाले बालविधुर्गले च गरलम्
यस्योरसि व्यालराट्
यस्योरसि व्यालराट्
सोऽयं भूतिविभूषणः सुरवरः
सोऽयं भूतिविभूषणः सुरवरः
सर्वाधिपः सर्वदा
सर्वाधिपः सर्वदा
शर्वः सर्वगतः शिवः शशिनिभः
सर्वः सर्वगतः शिवः शशिनिभः
श्रीशङ्करः पातु माम्
श्रीशङ्करः पातु माम्
टुगेदर
यस्याङ्के च विभाति भूधरसुता देवापगामस्तके भाले बालविधुर्गले च गरलम् यस्योरसि व्यालराट् सोऽयं भूतिविभूषणः सुरवरः सर्वाधिपः सर्वदा सर्वः सर्वगतः शिवः शशिनिभः श्रीशङ्करः पातु माम्.
So naturally, this Mangalacharana is prostrations to Bhagavan Shivji. Shri Shankara Mam Patu. May that Shankara, Shri Shankara, protect me. Mam Patu. May he protect me. Sham Karoti iti Shankara. One who gives, one who brings auspiciousness is called Shankara. Shri Shankara. He just does not give Sham, but he also gives Shri. Shri Shankara Mam Patu. May that giver of auspiciousness and prosperity protect me. Who is that Shankara? Now all other words are adjectives for that. There is one word Sarvada. Sarvada Mam Patu. You see, Soyam Bhuti Vibhushana Suravara Sarvadivas Sarvada. Sarvada Mam Patu. May he always protect me. Now all the others are adjectives for Sri Shankara. Who is that? Yasya Anke Bhudhara Suta Vibhati. On whose Anka means thigh. On whose thigh is seated who? Bhudhara Suta. The daughter of the mountain. Bhu means earth. Bhudhara. One who holds on to the earth, that is mountain. Himalaya. And Bhudhara Suta, daughter of Himalaya. Who is that? It is Parvati. Yasya Anke Bhudhara Suta Vibhati. On whose thigh sits or shines. Vibhati is a very interesting verb. Vibhati also means shines. This Parvati. Deva Apaga Mastake. And on his Mastaka, on his head, shines who? Deva Apaga. The one that has descended from the Devatas. Who is that? That is Gangaji. One who has come down from the heavens. Deva Apaga Mastake. Bhale Bala Viduhu. And on the forehead is little moon. Bala Vidhu. Little moon means crescent moon. Ditiya Chandra. Bhale Bala Viduhu Galecha Garalam. And in his throat is Garala. Garala means Visha, poison. Galecha Garalam. Yasyorasi Vyalarat. And on his chest and on the entire body, Vyalarat. The king of all the serpents. Snakes are there, no, all throughout. Yasyorasi Vyalarat. Saha ayam, that. This who? Bhuti Vibhushana. Who is wearing the ornaments of Vibhuti, ashes. He has put ash on all the body, isn't it? Vibhuti. Bhuti Vibhushana. But don't go by all this form and consider that he is some person. Suravaraha. He is Vara. He is great or best among all the Suras, all the gods. Sarvadhipaha. He is the Lord of all the people. Sharvaha. One who destroys the entire world. Sharva has two meanings. One is the one who kills or destroys. Another is Sharvaha means one who is the Sharana. One who is the place of surrender for all the devotees. Sharvaha. Both meanings are there. So that destroyer, that altar of surrender for all devotees, Sarvagataha, one who is all pervasive, Shivaha, that Shiva is auspicious, that God, Shashi Nibhaha, one who is fair like moon, Sri Shankaraha Patumam. May that Bhagavan Shivji protect me. Okay, very good. Nice shloka. What? So many things are there in this shloka. See, first of all, he starts by prostrating to Shivji. Why? Because Guru. Always remember, first, Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Gurum Shankara Rupinam. Then comes Sri Rama. Then comes Ishta Devata. First Guru. So he is prostrating to Shivji because it is Guru. And you see the kind of description that is given now. He says, on whose left side or on whose thighs Parvati is sitting. On whose head Gangaji is there. Two most beautiful ladies are there near him, but still he is meditating. See the power of Bhagavan Shivji. He doesn't get tempted, he doesn't get, and become worldly. No, he is still meditating on Bhagavan. And then what is happening? See the opposite things. Bhale Bala Vidhu. On the head is this moon which has nectarine rays. Amruta Kirana we say. And in his throat is poison. So there is nectar also, poison also. Yashorasi Vyalarat. And snakes are there all around, which generally create fear. But he is not afraid. Snake is also indicator of death. Isn't it? That's why you will, most of the times you will see that danger. Snake is representing death. And he is master of that. Why? Because he is Kala Kala. He is master of death also. And then, for all other people, they have to wear ornaments to make their body more beautiful. He wears ash and that also becomes beautiful. Ash is what? What remains after everything is burnt. That is ash. And that he smears on the body and he looks so beautiful. It shows utter disregard for body consciousness. He doesn't care about body. That videhatva is described. Okay? Mam Patu, that having all these things, who is he? He is the Lord. He is the greatest Lord. Deva Deva. He is the God of all gods. He is the best among all gods. He is the Adipa of all the people. He is the destroyer. He is all pervasive. Shiva, Shankara. That may he protect me. What do you mean? What kind of protection do you need? So one place it is said very nicely that the entire description of Shivji is such that he is shown as a very poised, equanimous jnani that doesn't get tempted by Parvati ji or Ganga ji, doesn't change his mood because there is nectar or poison, doesn't get afraid because there is snake. Isn't it? He says, why? Because now the portion that is going to start, the Ayodhyakanda, is little emotional bumpy ride. So there is a possibility that our emotions may go up and down. We may become extremely sad. We may start crying and then we may become happy and suddenly that Kevat Prasanga will come. He will crack so many jokes. So there is a possibility. May he protect me that I will be able to write this properly. That's what Tulsidas Ji is telling. May he protect. And you see, the beauty is, the next sloka also does the same. Let us see. After prostrating to Shivji, now what he is doing. प्रसन्नतां यानगताभिषेकतः
प्रसन्नतां यानगताभिषेकतः
तथा नमं लेवनवासदुःखतः
तथा नमं लेवनवासदुःखतः
मुखाम्बुजश्रीरघुनन्दनस्य मे
मुखाम्बुज श्रीरघुनन्दनस्य मे
सदास्तु सा मञ्जुळमङ्गलप्रदा
सदास्तु सा मञ्जुळमङ्गलप्रदा
प्रसन्नतां यानगताभिषेकतः
तथा नमं लेवनवासदुःखतः मुखाम्बुज श्रीरघुनन्दनस्य मे सदास्तु सा मञ्जुळमङ्गलप्रदा.
Second is he is prostrating to whom? Not Sri Rama. Raghunandanasya Mukhambujashri. The lotus face of Bhagavan. He is not prostrating to Sri Rama. Raghunandanasya of Sri Rama, Mukha Ambujashri. That glorious lotus face of Sri Rama, may Sada Astu. May it always be for me Manjula Mangala Prada. May it always be the giver of Manjula, sweetness, and Mangala, auspiciousness. Which face are you talking about? Yeah, that which Abhishekataha Prasannatam Nagata. That face I am talking about, which did not become overjoyed or delighted when he heard about Abhisheka, coronation. Tathanamamle vanavasa dukkhataha. And that face which did not lose its luster by listening to the news of going to forest. May that face which remained same after hearing both extreme news, one of him being the king and next of him going to the forest, that face which did not change, may that protect me. That did not change means it always remained prasanna. That which always remained delighted. Ya prasannatam nagata. Two meanings are there. One whose face did not become delighted, too overjoyed by listening to Abhisheka, by listening to the coronation. Tathanamamle, and nor did it become, what glow is gone, face gloomy. It did not become gloomy. Why? Because now he has to go to Vanvas. That Mukhambuja Shri, that lotus face of Bhagavan, may it always give me sweetness and auspiciousness. May it be good to me. You see here, he is prostrating again to that equanimity. He was showing that through Shivji's shloka also, that shloka for Shivji also, how he remains equanimous. Now here also he is telling the same thing. That Bhagavan's face did not change because one day, we will see also in the actual story, it's an extreme thing. High and low on the same day. Generally, when in the movie etc., when we see there is a high, then the high remains for some time. Then the low starts and then the resurrection happens. It takes time. Here there is nothing like that. Extreme high, extreme low at the same time. But one who did not lose his equanimity in both the opposite circumstances, situations, may that lotus face of Bhagavan give me that kind of equanimity. Manjula Mangala Prada is that. It give me sweetness and it give me auspiciousness means what? May that equanimity come to me. That I should not become overjoyed when things are happening good. And I should not become, totally dejected when things are happening bad. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha vita raga bhaya krodha sthitadhir muniruchyate. Isn't it? Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. When the sorrow comes, his mind is not affected by it. Mind doesn't become Mind doesn't go in turmoil. Sukheshu vigata spruha. And in the joy, it is not attached. Mind is not attached. Vita raga bhaya krodha. Mind that is free from attachment and fear and anger and all these kind of negativities. That person is called as Stitadhi, Muni. Yas sarvatra anabhisneha. Tat tat prapya shubha shubham. Na abhinandati, na dveshti. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Siddha prajna lakshana, isn't it? So we see that now this is what we call as demonstration of concepts of Vedas. We understand a concept in the Vedas or Upanishads or Gita. What is the practical? Practical is this. You see Sri Ramachandra's life, you see the story that is going to happen here. It is a practical demonstration of these two shlokas. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha sugeshu vigataspra. Tat tat prapya shubha ashubham na abhinandati na dveshti. Just because one conducive environment has come, therefore he has become overjoyed. No. Nor will he become dejected and start getting irritated and angry on people because there is unconducive environment. No. He remains equanimous. Tasya prajna pratishtita. That explanation of Sthita Prajna, which is there in the Bhagavad Gita, which is there in the Upanishads, now there is a practical demonstration of how that person is. And that's why it is said, Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedartha Upasambrambha. Samova Brahma, that Vedartha is explained here in Itihasa and Purana. Right? And therefore, see, so aptly Tulsidas Ji chooses, he writes these shlokas keeping the focus on that equanimity. Why? Because it will be required in Ayodhyakanda. He knows what story is coming. We may not know yet. Actually, we also know, but he has not yet told. But he knows, therefore he is preparing. Okay. So with this, then there is one more shloka which we chant every day. We'll see the meaning tomorrow. There is a doha also of Mangalacharana, and then he starts the text. Both are very famous. Neelambuja Shyamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panu Maha Sayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham. Very famous shloka we chant in the beginning of every class. And doha is also very famous. Shri Guru Charana Sarojaraja Nijamanu Mukura Sudhari Varanau Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jo Dayaku Phalachari. There at the beginning of Hanuman Chalisa. It's taken from here only. Because that is also composed by Tulsidas Ji only. Don't say, oh, what is this? He only has composed the other. That we will see next class. Yeah. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय
उमापति महादेव की
जय
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।